What if the 1987 season didn't use replacement players? This is it. The original theory that I first thought of back in the spring or summer of 2008.
Keanu Reeves is known for his iconic roles, but did you know that his year 2000 film The Replacements holds some jaw-dropping secrets? From surprising behind-the-scenes moments to wild facts about the cast and production, this sports comedy is packed with stories you never expected. Whether it's Keanu's unexpected athleticism or the film's quirky moments that almost didn't make the cut, this movie is full of hidden gems. So, buckle up as we dive into 15 insane facts about The Replacements that you definitely didn't know. Let's get started. Number 15. Keanu Reeves trained like a real quarterback. Keanu Reeves didn't just act as Shane Falco in The Replacements. He fully embraced the role of a quarterback. He took his commitment to the character to the next level, undergoing an intense and realistic training regimen that mirrored what a real NFL player would experience before the season starts. Reeves didn't just show up on set and pretend to be a quarterback. He dedicated himself to learning every detail of the position. For weeks before filming began, Keanu practiced crucial skills like dropbacks, making precise throws, and learning how to lead a huddle under pressure. He worked hard to understand the rhythm of the game, including the mental aspects of quarterbacking, how to stay cool in a tight situation, how to command a team, and how to build trust with his teammates on screen. Keanu didn't stop there. To make his portrayal even more believable, he studied the great quarterbacks like John Elway to understand their body language and confidence. He wanted to make sure he wasn't just pretending to throw a football. He wanted every throw to feel real.
Well, you hear, Coach. I want you to quarterback. I found the best guards available to protect you on a wide receiver. Even you couldn't overthrow.
By the time filming started, Keanu had fully transformed into Shane Falco. He didn't just play the role, he became it, giving the character a depth and authenticity that made the football scenes feel genuine and intense. This dedication to realism helped elevate The Replacements from just another sports comedy into a film that showcased not just humor, but also the passion and skill required to succeed in football. Beyond Keanu's commitment, which made Shane Falco truly unforgettable, what inspired the movie? Could real-life events have sparked such a strong commitment to the role? Now, let's uncover how the 1987 NFL strike inspired this comedy of underdogs. Number 14. The real story behind The Replacements. While The Replacements may be a comedy, its roots run deep in real-life history. The film draws inspiration from the 1987 NFL players' strike, a dramatic chapter in football when players walked off the field due to disputes over pay and free agency. To keep the season alive, team owners made a bold move, hiring replacement players to step in for the striking professionals.
A bus window was punched out in Washington, 2 morons carried guns in Kansas City, and eggs were thrown in Houston.
This moment of uncertainty and unexpected success became the foundation for the movie's story. The Replacements masterfully mixes humor, drama, and a powerful theme of redemption as it tells the story of a group of unlikely, mismatched football players who unite to defy the odds. Inspired by the real-life replacement players who took the field during the 1987 NFL strike, these fictional characters are given a second shot at proving their worth. Their journey from underdogs to heroes mirrors the real-life success of the Washington team, which, despite being underestimated, not only stayed competitive, but even made an unexpected push for the championship. What makes The Replacements truly captivating is how it captures the spirit of the actual events, where a group of unlikely athletes came together to take on the pros. The film combines these real-life struggles with light-hearted comedy, creating a story that not only entertains, but also celebrates the power of second chances, teamwork, and the human drive to overcome adversity. Keanu Reeves's The Replacements draws inspiration from a real-life event, But who could have been left out of this incredible project? Would the story have been as widely accepted without him? And what made his performance so exceptional? Let's uncover this interesting fact. Number 13. Gene Hackman almost passed on the role. Imagine The Replacements without the legendary Gene Hackman playing Coach Jimmy McGinty. It's hard to picture, but the truth is, Hackman almost turned down the role. At first, he was hesitant to take on another coaching role after his iconic performance in Hoosiers. He was worried about repeating himself and playing a character too similar to what he had done before. The filmmakers recognized something unique in Gene Hackman, convincing him that Coach McGinty was no ordinary role. Unlike the usual fiery, hot-headed coaches, McGinty was calm, wise, and a mentor who believed in giving his players second chances. This refreshing twist on the character sparked Hackman's interest, and he was intrigued by the opportunity to bring something new to the role. Ultimately, he decided to take it on. His decision turned out to be a game-changer. Hackman's grounded, sincere portrayal of Coach McGinty added real emotional depth to the film, which elevated it beyond just another sports comedy. Instead of relying on over-the-top humor, Hackman brought a level of wisdom and empathy that made his character stand out. His presence helped transform The Replacements into a film with heart, one that explored deeper themes of redemption, teamwork, and personal growth. Hackman's nuanced performance gave the film the emotional weight it needed, turning a fun sports comedy into a memorable story that resonated with audiences long after the credits rolled. Hackman's exceptional portrayal of the coach gives The Replacements the realism it needs. But which other performances added authenticity to the film? Could real professionals have contributed their experience to make the movie even more true to life? Now, let's dive into how ex-NFL players brought The Replacements to life. Number 12. Real ex-players brought authenticity to the field. In The Replacements, the football scenes weren't just a product of clever editing or stunt doubles. The filmmakers went the extra mile to ensure authenticity by bringing in real ex-NFL players and experienced athletes who knew the game inside and out. These former pros brought a level of expertise that made the action on screen feel incredibly genuine. They weren't just pretending to run routes or make tackles. They had the skills and experience to perform with precision, making every pass, block, and hit look real. This decision added a level of realism to the film that truly drew viewers into the action. The intensity of the game sequences was taken to another level thanks to the athletes who brought their deep understanding of the sport's rhythms and physicality. When you watch the players collide or race down the field, you can almost feel the power behind each movement. This connection made the scenes even more thrilling, making the game sequences not just exciting to watch, but genuinely immersive. Even better, the film had the guidance of NFL legend Jim McMahon, who helped train the actors and ensured the football scenes were as realistic as possible. McMahon's expertise made a huge difference, helping the filmmakers capture the true essence of football in a way that felt thrilling and immersive. By using real athletes who had played in the NFL, the movie not only captured the sport's intensity, but also made the stakes feel higher, adding to the excitement and drama that made The Replacements a hit. If the movie could bring in an NFL legend, what other elements of the film weren't faked? What sacrifices did the actors have to make for the movie's success? Let's dive into how real football hits brought The Replacements to life. Number 11. Injuries on set. The football action in The Replacements was incredibly intense, sometimes even a little too intense. Many of the hits that looked painful on screen were actually painfully real. While stunt coordinators did their best to keep things safe, the nature of football, with its hard tackles and fast-paced action, still took a serious toll on the actors. The physicality of the sport was no joke, and it was clear that the cast gave their all to make the scenes as authentic as possible. Keanu Reeves, known for his dedication to his roles, didn't just act like a quarterback. He also took some hits during training to truly feel the game. By experiencing the physical demands of football firsthand, he was able to bring a more genuine intensity to his performance. It wasn't just about looking tough, it was about truly understanding the game and what it takes to be a quarterback. This commitment to realism helped the action scenes in The Replacements feel raw and powerful. When you watch the film, you can almost feel the pain and effort behind every hit, every tackle, and every pass. The effort put in by the actors to make the scenes feel real gives the film an authenticity that pulls you in, making the football sequences not only exciting, but also believable. The filmmakers didn't just want to show football, they wanted to make you feel it. And with the actors' dedication, they succeeded. The actors truly felt a pain while delivering the film's message. But could the cry of pain carry a deeper meaning? What is the meaning of the cry from the agony felt on set? Now, let's explore Fumiko's war cry and uncover its true meaning. Number 10. The meaning behind the iconic war cry. One of the standout moments in The Replacements comes from Fumiko, a character who delivers a powerful war cry that echoes with intensity. Nandesuka. While this phrase sounds fierce in the film, it actually translates to "What is this?" in Japanese. It's a surprising and unexpected line that adds a unique touch of humor and charm to his character. Rather than being a traditional battle cry or a dramatic moment, this line reveals something quirky about Fumiko. It's a playful, almost comedic twist that shows his personality. In a film filled with larger-than-life characters, this small but delightful detail sets Fumiko apart and gives him a bit of cultural flavor. This line also highlights the film's character dynamics as it balances the intense action and sports drama with moments of lightheartedness and surprise. Fumiko's unexpected war cry is an excellent example of how the film blends humor and emotion, creating a fun contrast with the serious nature of the football world. It's these little moments, like the one delivered by Fumiko, that make The Replacements more than just a sports comedy. They make it a quirky, unforgettable film, where even the smallest details add richness to the story. Her cry, though brief, adds an element of fun that makes you smile, and reminds you that not every serious moment needs to be heavy. It can be quirky, light, and even humorous. Beyond Fumiko's war cry, adding humor to the movie, it also had a Japanese meaning. But could there be a sad fact related to the movie, despite its humorous nature? What is the heartbreaking fact that brings genuine tears to the eyes? Now, let's uncover a heartfelt farewell in The Replacements. Number 9. Jack Warden's farewell. The Replacements holds a special place in film history, not just for its comedy and heart, but also as the final film of the legendary Jack Warden. After an extraordinary career that spanned decades, Warden chose to retire from acting once filming wrapped. His portrayal of the aging, wise team owner, who mentors and supports a ragtag group of replacement players, became one of his most memorable roles. Warden's character was more than just a coach. He was a guiding force for the team, offering wisdom and emotional support when they needed it most. Sadly, Jack Warden passed away in 2006, but his legacy lives on through his remarkable body of work. He brought authenticity, depth, and warmth to every role, and The Replacements is a perfect example of that. His performance added layers of emotion to the film.
Nobody likes a quitter, Jimmy. See the game today?
Nah. Well, you liar.
Turning what could have been just another sports comedy into something more meaningful. It was a role filled with heart, and Warden's portrayal made it unforgettable. The Replacements serves as a lasting tribute to his immense talent, and his presence in the film marks a bittersweet goodbye to one of Hollywood's most respected actors. His influence on the movie and his ability to elevate any scene he was in ensured that his final role was one fans would never forget. Warden's contribution to the film continues to be felt, making his farewell performance both powerful and emotional. Beyond Jack Warden's passing after playing the coach in the movie, what other facts are real about the coaches in the film? And how did this contribute to the movie's success? Now let's delve into how real NFL coaches brought The Replacements to life. Number 8. The play-calling jargon was real. In The Replacements, the football language wasn't just made up for the sake of the movie. It was carefully crafted to sound as real as possible. The filmmakers brought in real coaches and former NFL players to teach the cast the ins and outs of how quarterbacks communicate on the field. The actors didn't just memorize lines. They learned the specific terminology and play-calling jargon used during games, ensuring they could deliver it with accuracy and confidence. The goal was to make the huddle scenes feel authentic to how real football teams communicate under pressure. Every phrase and command had to sound natural, not forced. This dedication to detail helped to make the football sequences much more believable, creating a stronger connection with the audience. For fans who are familiar with the game, this wasn't just a case of movie fluff. They could instantly recognize the difference between genuine football talk and the exaggerated, unrealistic dialogue that often appears in sports films. The use of real football language elevated the movie, making it not just a comedy, but a genuine football experience. By making the lingo authentic, the filmmakers ensured that the football scenes weren't just fun to watch. They felt real, immersive, and true to the spirit of the game. This level of attention to detail helped the film feel like a real NFL experience, drawing the audience deeper into the world of The Replacements and making every play, pass, and call feel truly impactful. The coaches made sure the jargon used in The Replacements was authentic to the sport. But what role did a player play in making the movie feel as real as possible? Could his contribution have sparked fan anticipation for the film? Let's find out. Number 7. Keanu Reeves' emotional depth in The Replacements. The Replacements is widely recognized for its humor and light-hearted moments, but Keanu Reeves took a much deeper approach with his portrayal of Shane Falco. Instead of simply playing a typical quarterback, Reeves saw his character as someone haunted by past failures, a man who desperately sought redemption. This wasn't just another funny sports role, it was a character wrestling with regret, filled with hope, and driven by an intense determination to prove himself again. Reeves brought an unexpected emotional depth to the role, allowing Falco to transcend the usual sports comedy stereotypes. His performance gave the film a sense of realness, creating a character that felt both relatable and complex. By weaving in themes of personal struggle and growth, Reeves helped balance out the film's comedic aspects, giving the story a solid emotional core. This serious approach to Falco's character made the film much more than just a series of jokes and football games. It allowed the audience to connect with Falco's journey, making them genuinely care about his success. As the underdog quarterback, Falco wasn't just trying to win a football game. He was trying to reclaim his dignity and self-worth. His emotional depth added stakes to every throw, every pass, and every moment on screen. In the end, this more serious side of Falco helped elevate the film, making it not just about football, but about human resilience and the power of second chances. It made the viewers root for him, not just as a player, but as a person fighting for his redemption. Keanu Reeves portrayed Falco in the movie with a true sense of duty. But was he given the right platform to achieve that? And what opportunity was provided for him to fully embrace the role he was expected to play? Now let's explore how The Replacements took football to authentic heights. Number 6. Football sequences shot in a real NFL stadium. To bring the excitement of professional football to the big screen, The Replacements went the extra mile by filming in a real NFL stadium.
Same play, pro right, switch, Knight, Franklin. Franklin!
This wasn't just a movie set. The production team used the actual grandstands, locker rooms, and sidelines, creating an environment that felt genuine and immersive. The stadium's atmosphere added a level of authenticity that made the action on the field feel intense and larger than life. Keanu Reeves, who played Shane Falco, revealed that being on a real football field helped him fully immerse himself in the role of a quarterback. The roar of the crowd, the excitement of the stadium, and the authentic atmosphere all made him feel like he was actually leading a team on game day. It wasn't just about pretending to be a quarterback. Being in that environment made every pass, touchdown, and play come alive, making each moment feel more powerful and meaningful. It gave his performance an added layer of realism. The use of a real stadium didn't just enhance the acting, it also gave the football sequences a rawness and excitement that would have been hard to capture otherwise. The wide shots of the field, the close-ups of the players, and the aerial angles made the games feel real, as if you were watching a live NFL broadcast. This level of realism helped to elevate the film, making it more than just a sports comedy and adding a thrilling edge to every game sequence. The stadium became more than just a backdrop. It became a key character in the movie's success. Since a real football field was used in the movie to enhance its authenticity, were the actions of the players equally real to match the sacrifice of using an actual pitch? Let's uncover the astonishing details. Number 5. Action-fueled football sequences. The football scenes in The Replacements were designed with the intensity of an action movie in mind. The filmmakers used quick cuts, intense close-ups, and sweeping wide shots to build an atmosphere full of energy and excitement. Each game sequence felt more like a battle than just a simple match, with every tackle, pass, and touchdown packed with real emotion. What made the action even more powerful was the use of real athletes performing many of the plays. These athletes brought an authenticity to the scenes that made the football action feel raw and unpredictable. Their experience added a level of intensity that wasn't just scripted, it was real. The film's editors took full advantage of this energy, crafting fast-paced sequences that kept the action moving and the viewers on the edge of their seats. The film's editing style expertly maintained high tension during every game scene, using sharp cuts and dynamic camera angles to pull the audience right into the action. From intense touchdowns to jaw-dropping tackles, each moment felt thrilling and full of urgency. The pacing never slowed down, keeping the energy high and ensuring every play mattered. With each quick shift in scene and angle, the excitement never wavered, building to a final whistle that left viewers on the edge of their seats. By treating the football scenes like action-packed sequences, the filmmakers turned The Replacements into more than just a sports movie. It became an adrenaline-fueled ride, where each play felt as important as the last, leaving viewers completely immersed in the thrills of the game. The editing style in The Replacements kept the tension high throughout the movie. But is there a widely circulated myth associated with the film? And what's the truth behind this myth? Now, let's explore how The Replacements created Shane Falco's perfect backstory. Number 4. The fictional 1996 Sugar Bowl. In The Replacements, Shane Falco's tragic backstory revolves around a devastating loss in the 1996 Sugar Bowl. But here's the twist. It never actually happened. The filmmakers deliberately invented this fictional event, as there was no Sugar Bowl held in 1996. In reality, the game occurred at the end of 1995 and into 1997. So, the entire story of Falco's downfall is a creative fabrication, adding a unique layer to his character and making his journey even more compelling and fictionalized for the film. By creating a fictional loss for Shane Falco, the filmmakers had the freedom to craft a unique and emotionally rich backstory for him. They didn't have to rely on a real team's defeat or a historical event, which allowed them to focus more on Shane's personal struggles and emotional journey. This choice gave his character more depth and flexibility, allowing the filmmakers to explore his failures and growth without being limited by actual sports history. It added the perfect emotional weight to the film. Although it's a small detail, it's a clever one that highlights the film's creativity and charm. Instead of being locked into specific facts, the filmmakers created a world where they could shape the story to fit the character's emotional arc. This small tweak to reality also served to make Falco's character feel more relatable to the audience. His struggles were about his own personal demons, not about a specific team or game. Ultimately, this fictional loss helped add to the heart of the story. giving Shane Falco a compelling and universally relatable redemption arc. It's a smart narrative choice that enhances the emotional depth of the movie. Beyond Keanu Reeves's portrayal of the fictional story about Shane Falco to protect his image, what sacrifice did Keanu Reeves make to bring the movie to life? And which individual did he make the sacrifice for? Let's find out. Number 3. Keanu Reeves took a pay cut for Gene Hackman. In a surprising and selfless move, Keanu Reeves made the decision to take a pay cut to ensure that the film could afford to hire Gene Hackman. Reeves had a deep admiration for Hackman's acting and believed that his presence in the film would elevate it to a whole new level. Instead of focusing on his own paycheck, Reeves cared more about making the movie the best it could be, and he understood that Hackman's talent would bring real depth and credibility to the story. Keanu's decision to cast Gene Hackman wasn't just about securing a big name, it was about bringing depth and passion to the project. Keanu understood that Hackman's vast experience would lend the film a sense of authenticity and emotional strength. Hackman's portrayal of Coach McGinty added wisdom, emotional depth, and a steady authority that perfectly contrasted with the more quirky characters around him. This balance made the comedy feel more grounded, while also raising the stakes, ensuring the film resonated with audiences on a deeper level. Hackman's presence truly elevated the story. Reeves's commitment to the film and his generosity behind the scenes paid off in a big way. Hackman's performance added layers to the story, making it not just a light sports comedy but a film with heart and substance. This choice reflected Reeves's dedication to his craft and his belief in the project. His willingness to sacrifice for the greater good of the film showed that sometimes the best decision isn't about the paycheck. It's about creating something that lasts and resonates with audiences. Keanu Reeves took a pay cut to have Hackman feature in the movie. But was this sacrifice appreciated by the NFL? Did the film receive the support it needed from the NFL, or did the league fail to provide the necessary backing? Now, let's explore the creative challenge that shaped the film. Number 2. The NFL refused to support the movie officially. Although The Replacements is centered around football, it didn't receive the official backing of the NFL. The league chose to distance itself from the film, mainly because the storyline touched on the 1987 NFL strike and the use of replacement players, a period that remains controversial in the sport's history. With the NFL staying away, the filmmakers were forced to get creative and build a fictional world for the movie. They created a new team, the Washington Sentinels, and designed their own league details, including logos, uniforms, and team dynamics. While this might have seemed like a setback at first, it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. The decision to create a fictional universe gave The Replacements its own unique identity, separate from the real NFL. This allowed the film to freely explore its themes and characters without being tied to the actual teams or events. It gave the filmmakers the flexibility to tell the story the way they wanted, without worrying about any real-life repercussions or restrictions. In fact, this creative freedom helped the film stand out as a genuine sports movie, giving it a fresh perspective on the football genre. Without the NFL's influence, The Replacements became its own world, one that was both entertaining and thought-provoking. The fictional elements added to the fun, allowing the audience to fully immerse themselves in the underdog story of the Sentinels. So, despite lacking official NFL support, the movie gained something much more valuable: a distinctive voice and a lasting appeal as one of the most beloved sports comedies. Although the NFL didn't officially support the movie, it was still a success. But did the lack of NFL backing cause fans to stay away from the movie, or did the film still attract a large number of eager spectators? Now, let's uncover the number 1 fact. Number 1, the crowds were real fans. To make the football scenes in The Replacements feel as real as possible, the filmmakers decided to use real fans and extras instead of relying on CGI crowds. Thousands of people filled the stands, reacting in the moment to every play on the field. This created an authentic atmosphere that made the football action feel alive. The energy from the crowd wasn't fake. It was genuine excitement, with real people reacting to every tackle, touchdown, and pass. The filmmakers didn't stop there. They used smart editing and creative positioning to make the stadium appear even larger, ensuring that the scale and intensity of the game felt massive. By moving sections of the crowd and using different camera angles, the filmmakers made the stadium seem packed with energy and excitement. This clever use of extras helped give the movie an immersive feel, making the audience feel like they were right there in the action, surrounded by the roar of real fans. Performing in front of a live, energetic crowd brought a unique level of realism to the football scenes in The Replacements. The loud cheers, the roar of excitement, and even the boos from the audience all contributed to an electric atmosphere that made everything feel more intense. Instead of acting in a static, controlled set, the actors were surrounded by real energy, reacting to the crowd's reactions just like real players would. This choice made the film feel less like a typical movie and more like a real NFL game, adding to the thrill and tension. It allowed every touchdown, tackle, and play to feel genuine, keeping the audience fully engaged. So, what do you think about the facts from The Replacements? Which one do you find the most insane? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.